Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Saturday, January 28th, 2017, one of the major headlines was a mosque in Victoria, Texas was set ablaze. The way the mainstream media carried the story was this mosque was set on fire just hours after Donald Trump instituted a ban on emigration from 7 Islamic nations. So they're saying the president has taken a stand against Islam, and now seemingly that has provoked someone to set a mosque on fire in Victoria, Texas. Last night I showed the significance of the mosque burning in Victoria, Texas specifically. Today I'm going to show you how this fire is directly connected to the Oakland fire at the warehouse, the ghost ship they called it, of December 2nd, 2016. If you missed my videos on the Oakland fire, I'm going to link them below. I showed then how that fire was a tribute to Donald Trump and the Golden Dawn, the European political movement that was fascist and which was very much against Islam. I showed how the Oakland fire, again, was a tribute to the Golden Dawn and Donald Trump, the orange Oompa Loompa with the golden fluff on his head. And now what I'm going to show you is how these fires are both connected, both clearly rituals foreshadowing what's to come in this nation under the leadership of Donald Trump, who is helping usher in the Third World War written about by the Freemason Albert Pike, which is Christianity versus Islam for the Third World War. Let's start here, just in case you missed last night's information. The mosque that burned is known as the Islamic Center of Victoria, which has gematria of 114, just like President of the United States. Again, they're saying the president signed a Muslim ban, then a mosque went on fire. Of course, Donald Trump, Trump card, also sums to 114. It's no coincidence that we're getting Donald Trump, the orange Oompa Loompa, as the president in the time of the Netflix TV show House of Cards about the very corrupt White House. Donald Trump comes in at an overinflated market, ready for collapse as well. Mr. Bankruptcy himself. And look all throughout history how every major war has started across the world right after an economic collapse. That's what's coming in this nation. The economic collapse, then the war. We're being foretold right now. So anyway, this 114 number, remember, Donald Trump signed off on his Muslim ban on Holocaust Remembrance Day. Think of the irony. It's not a coincidence. It's a mocking. Donald Trump is a puppet carrying out orders for his Zionist cronies that he works for. World War equals 114. Pearl Harbor 114. Holocaust 114. Winston equals 114. Winston Churchill, face of the Second World War. Let's not forget that Winston is the main character in 1984, the book by Orwell that I've been talking about for more than a year, and how Donald Trump parallels it. Now all of a sudden reports that on Amazon, the #1 selling book is 1984. The same day as that news, the actor John Hurt dies, who played Winston in the 1984 movie. We're being mocked. But anyhow, a lot of coding here for World War within this Texas mosque burning story, and that's exactly what's being foreshadowed. That's what we've been foretold for many years. What did you think they were taking us to after September 11th? Staging this major false flag, blaming it on Muslims, starting wars, holding the fear of Iran and nuclear war over our heads for more than a decade? It's not hard to see where we're going. So now let's transition and let's talk about the Oakland fire. Let's go back over these points, how this was a tribute to the Golden Dawn, the fascist party in Europe, very much against Islam. We're going to put this all together here. Actually, real quick before we make this transition, one more point about yesterday's fire in Victoria. Victoria is on the 97th meridian. And notice in gematria, using the alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, up to Z is 26. Add the letters of Victoria together, 97, just like Civil War. And the number 97 also has a parallel back to the name Trump. Again, these are tributes to Donald Trump, this symbol in the White House, a symbol of division, hatred, mocking of everybody. You know, there's no group of people that Donald Trump hasn't insulted in the year and a half he's been on the campaign trail and now in the White House. Anyhow, 97, the 25th prime number, Trump, gematria of 25. Now let's go back to the Oakland fire. Again, the video's linked in the description from more than a month ago where I showed these parallels to this fire and Donald Trump. We're going to review that right now. From the Oakland fire to yesterday's fire in Victoria, Texas, was a span of 58 days. It was also 1 month and 27 days. That's a lot like the number 127, which is the 31st prime number. Remember, the fire in Oakland was on 31st Street. Oakland equals 31 and a whole lot more. But the 58 days is what really stands out because Oakland has gematria of 58, just like Victoria, Texas, using the reduced method, also has gematria of 58. And now these two symbolic fires, which are tributes to Donald Trump and his fascist stance, his divisive stance, his anti-Islamic stance. Donald Trump is who just won the 58th presidential election and just went through the 58th presidential inauguration on January 20th, 2017, a date with 58 numerology. In case you missed my work on that, I was talking about the significance of 58, and then there was a headline 2 weeks before inauguration that for Inauguration Day, they got rid of the 89-year-old who had done every inauguration since Eisenhower, the 34th president. For this inauguration, they hired Steve Ray, the 58-year-old, for the 58th presidential inauguration. The reason this number 58 is so significant is because it all comes back to Freemasonry, the secret society, thousands of years old, worldwide, across all continents. The society that believes in mottos such as divide and conquer, order out of chaos. Freemasonry 58, secret society 58, the U.S., a nation established by Freemasons. United States 58. Texas, also during the time of the Jade Helm military operation, was a state that participated in anti-Islamic false flags. Remember the Prophet Muhammad drawing contest? That was during the time of Jade Helm. They said some people inspired by ISIS went to attack the Prophet Muhammad contest that was mocking Islam. See how they contrive this news? They contrive these scenarios. They try to pull people in from opposing sides to become a part of this mess. This is why people need to turn off their TV and their media. It's just meant to suck them in, upset them, divide them, make them pick sides. Jade Helm equals 58, that military drill. Also 31. 31, the 11th prime. 31 coded all over the Oakland fire. A point about the number 58. The Oakland fire was in a warehouse. Notice warehouse has gematria of 115. JFK was killed on a date with 115 numerology. Oswald arrested in a warehouse. When you write out 58, it sums to 115. Donald Trump is becoming president after winning the 58th presidential election, being sworn in at the 58th inauguration. He's joining with the 115th U.S. Congress. 115. Remember, his campaign lasted 511 days, the reflection. Notice Steve Ray, the name of the 58-year-old for the ceremony on 58 days. Steve Ray, 115. Just like Freemasons, the plural. You know, 58 Freemasonry, coming right back to Freemasons. JFK dead in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. A less important topic here is how these rituals, not only are they synced up with things, you know, already going on in the news. We're talking about two fires that are tributes to Donald Trump. The Oakland fire was a major tribute to the Golden Dawn Party, which was anti-Islam. Now the burning of a mosque 58 days later. Freemasonry number, divide and conquer. Not only are these rituals synced up with news stories like that, they're also synced up with the world of professionally rigged sports. And that's because if you look at the history of these sports, they were created by the same gang, these same Freemasons, and they use sports worldwide to distract the manpower. And if you pay attention during these sports games, they're often talking about the narratives going on in society. I'm sure in the ball games today, they're bringing up the mosque fire if you're listening. You know, they always do this. It's all conditioning, it's all programming, it's all about making sure certain thoughts are in your head. Anyway, 57 is the number of the Scottish Rite Freemasons. It's also a number connected to championships. If you missed my work on the Oakland fire, I said how those fires were tributes to NBA basketball, the Golden State Warriors, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Oakland fire was a major tribute also to the Great Chicago Fire. The night of the Oakland fire, the Cavs were playing in Chicago. Go back and check out the videos. All these things point to these scripted NBA finals to come that are just as scripted as your rigged elections. There was no election of Donald Trump. There was a selection long ago, probably when he was a little boy, and then there was a puppet show to dupe the American people into thinking he was chosen over Hillary. In reality, those were two people that nobody really wanted. People always choose the lesser of two evils. People favored the Orange Oompa Loompa. And, I can't stand Hillary. I don't even want to talk about it. But how people favored that Orange Oompa Loompa, it defies logic. So another point, this city where the mosque burned, just southwest of Houston, Texas. Houston about to host Super Bowl 51. Speaking of championships, we were talking about 57, the Patriots in their 57th season this year. The day of the Oakland fire, there was a fire in Cambridge, Massachusetts, not too far from Patriots land. So look, just some things to remember. The Oakland fire was December 2nd, 12/2. Oakland's on the 122nd meridian. The 122nd, Golden State, the nickname for the area, the name the basketball team goes by, 122. California, the Golden State. California also has gematria of 88, just like the name Trump. And here, let's put the Gematrinator calculator to work. California, using the alphabetic order, 88. C is 3, A is 1, L is 12. The name Trump, the same thing, 88. California, Trump, the fire out in Oakland, major tribute to Donald. And real quick, show you another thing here with this calculator. Golden State also has gematria 50, just like the name Donald using the alphabetic order. If it seems like I'm cheating adding methods, understand that all of these methods are based on the alphabetic order. They're all interrelated. I just want you to see the word Freemason in the Francis Bacon format, which is where lowercase a through lowercase z is 1 through 26, uppercase a through uppercase z is 27 through 52. Freemason also has the 122 connection, 12/2 fire in Golden State on the 122nd meridian. Now 58 days later, the next part of the ritual, a ritual that will be ongoing from here. This won't be the end of it. There'll be more fires, there'll be more news stories, the NBA Finals will be connected to this. Who knows what kind of protest there'll be during the time of the NBA Finals. They'll get all their symbolism. I'm sure when the NBA Finals are playing, they'll be bringing up the Ghost Ship Fire. They'll probably be selling people Ghost Ship Fire t-shirts. Look at this. The Oakland fire that just happened, it was the worst fire in Oakland since 1991. And you want to go back and watch these videos that I made, linked down below because there's way more information. The NBA Finals and playoffs that year are probably going to be very similar to what they are this year. But anyhow, 1991 was the year. Guess what? That was also the year that the Golden Dawn, 1991 was the year it came to its political height, its height of awareness. This party in Europe that was about getting rid of Islam. You know, this news story now connected the day after Donald Trump does the Muslim ban on immigration. But yes, 1991, the worst Oakland fire until this year. And then at this year's fire, the reason I was able to even connect this to the Golden Dawn is because they said that the music act that was playing during this fire was called the Golden Donnas. They said that the leader of the band, one of the first survivors of the fire, his name was Joel Shanahan. This came on the back of the fire in Tennessee, where the page from the Bible was discovered, the book of Joel, at Dolly Parton's ranch, the same day she was singing Jolene with Miley Cyrus, who had her birthday the day the Tennessee wildfire began. More on that in a second, but just notice Joel Shanahan, who plays for the band the Golden Donnas, has the same name in gematria as Golden Dawn, which is 45, and Donald Trump's the 45th president. You see? Look at this. Look at this. Where is his band name at? Golden Donna is the stage name of the Madison, Wisconsin-based musician Joel Shanahan. And remember, Wisconsin, it was the state that once they declared it in favor of Trump, that's when they said Trump won the election. Wisconsin. Wisconsin has gematria 44. Donald Trump's the 45th president, but he's only the 44th person to be president. The only other state with 44 gematria is Georgia. We just saw the Georgia versus Wisconsin NFC championship with the Georgia team winning with 44 points. Not a coincidence. Those were numbers I talked about a year ago, why we might very well see the Packers and Falcons in this year's Super Bowl. One of those two NFC teams. Side story. So anyway, Golden Donna, Joel Shanahan. The day before that in Tennessee, or not the day before that, but days before that, end of November, there was the Tennessee wildfire story. Came out at the end that Dolly Parton, her ranch got burnt up, Dollywood, and they discovered a lone page of the Bible. It was from the book of Joel Shanahan, the survivor in Oakland for the Golden Donnas. So anyway, book of Joel. And look at this. This is from Joel 1:19. Supposedly this is the page that survived the fire. One page from the King James Version of the Bible. O Lord, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. A verse about a wildfire in Tennessee, where a wildfire supposedly, created this story. Look at this. It's Joel 1:19, that verse. From the King James Bible. King James Bible 119. All Seeing Eye 119. Star of David 119. Master Plan 119. The word foundations 119. Let's not forget that last year in Oakland was Game 7 of the NBA Finals on the real King James's birthday. The real King James's birthday. Oakland. Tributes, rituals, sports synced up with what's going on in reality. Remember, over the course of the summer, 4 days after the NBA Finals was the Brexit vote. Go back and watch my videos. King James, the Cavaliers, his son, the history. It's all rituals. The Cavs winning the NBA Finals foreshadowed the Brexit vote. Donald Trump was in Scotland the day of the Brexit vote. Exactly 138 days before the U.S. election. Donald Trump equals 138. He'd be elected president 138 days in a surprise after the surprise Brexit vote. This is what it is. This is the New World Order. This is how they operate. Rigged news, rigged elections, worldwide, rigged sports, all paralleling each other. So anyway, this page of the Bible, Joel 1:19, was found at Dolly Parton's ranch, January 19th, 1/19. The day the page was found, she was in Los Angeles singing Jolene. It was the page from the book of Joel. She was singing Jolene with Miley Cyrus, her goddaughter, who was born on the same day that the fire started in Tennessee, the same day a fire began in Zionist Israel. Remember that? Same day the fire began in Israel, the day before Thanksgiving, the same day the fire began in Tennessee. November 23rd, the day those 38 days left in the year, the word fire equals 38. I was already doing videos documenting this. Then we got the Oakland fire with Joel Shanahan, the first story out of the fire. And I thought, you got to be kidding me, another Joel? Remember, Billy Joel sang the song We Didn't Start the Fire. This song, Jolene, though, was recorded May 22nd, 1973. That's a date with 119 numerology. It also happens to be the day that leaves 223 days left in the year 223. Very important number to Freemasonry. There's even more, Truth Seeker. Again, go through my videos. Subscribe to this channel. Watch the mini videos I've put out. Since this Tennessee wildfire to the present, I probably have at least 80 new videos to watch. And every single one of them important. So again, Billy Joel, he has the song We Didn't Start the Fire. Now we're getting these suspicious fires with this Joel theme. I haven't been paying enough attention to this latest mosque fire. I wonder if they got a firefighter out there named Joel talking to the TV. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. We Didn't Start the Fire, Billy Joel. I got a video on that. There's a whole lot more to it. But look at this. Just real quick, the world of sports, these rigged fires. Right after the Oakland fire, the first Sunday, and I told people to watch for this. I said, watch what happens in the football game with the Raiders. The Raiders, which equals 38, win with 38 points right after the Oakland fire in Oakland. You see? The Raiders were down by 15 and then had a big comeback. They were down 9-24, a sum of 33 points. At the time of the game, they were reporting 33 people were killed. But anyway, down 15, then they come back to win with 38. See how they do it? It's all scripted. Your sports are theater. You don't even need the numbers to see it. If you have a brain, if you're an athlete, you should know that pro sports are rigged. They don't make any sense. $1 million men who can't catch the ball. Just so many things. People that don't know how to play defense. It's just pathetic watching pro sports. It's such a show. So this made me laugh. The first Golden State game right after the fire. You know, this was the thing with Kevin Durant on SWAT Patrol. Warriors make a big splash. This was the game right after the Oakland fire. Notice the 58-second timestamp. ESPN, they're all on this gematria language. I'm just showing you what the powers that be already do. So anyway, you pay attention to ESPN with these timestamps all day, every day. 58 seconds for a reason. Look at this. The Warriors won with 138 points. I was explaining to people it was a tribute to Donald Trump. Donald Trump equals 138. And don't overlook how that number ends with 38, our fire number. Curry had 31 points in the game to lead all scorers. The fire was on 31st Street. Oakland 31. Basketball 31. Curry 31. The name Curry's 31. Let's not forget it. The word basketball using the alphabetic order is 85. The small way, it's 22. Let's just plug it in our calculator real quick. Basketball, 22, 31, 85. Last year, college championship, rigged by the numbers. Villanova last won in 85. Then they won 31 years later. By the numbers. Let's see. So we went through all that. Again, the day of the news of the Oakland fire, it happened late December 2nd. It was the big news December 3rd, 12/3, 1, 2, 3. Let's not forget the conspiracy's 123. There was a fire in Massachusetts. They called it a 10-alarm fire. 10-alarm fire in Cambridge, Massachusetts. 10-alarm fire, 122. Just like Golden State, just like the fire happening on 12/2 on the 122nd meridian. Now think about it. This fire in Victoria, it's near Houston. The Patriots will be in the Super Bowl next Sunday there, playing the Falcons. The Falcons, remember, the Patriots season began on September 11th in Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, on the 112th meridian. Also the 33rd parallel. There's only 2 NFL cities on the 33rd parallel. Phoenix, where the Cardinals play, or Glendale, the suburb, it's also on the 33rd, and Atlanta, where the Falcons play. So the Patriots season began on the 33rd parallel. It's going to end against the team from the 33rd parallel. One's named the Cardinals, the other the Falcons. They're both birds. The Patriots have already beaten the Seahawks and Eagles in Super Bowl. Phoenix, or Glendale, is also on the 112th meridian, as we said. Houston equals 112, the alt dialing code for 911. There's a phoenix that rises out of the ashes. You know, the Cardinals used to be called the Phoenix Cardinals momentarily. That's the big city they're next to. There's some major symbolism going on. You know, falcon, Cardinals, birds. Houston, do we have a problem? These fires. Something is trying to be foreshadowed through all of this symbolism that they're mixing together. You know? I don't have enough esoteric, occult knowledge to piece it all together as well as I should. It'll come in time the more I research. But what I just show is how they plot all these narratives. All of these stories are tributes to one another. And look at who's always making the news. It's the things that are controlled by Freemasonry. Your government, your media, your first responders, including police and fire. Just within this network, there's enough of them to create these tributes. This is how they pull it off, worldwide, all throughout history. Again, the Oakland fire was a great tribute to the Great Chicago Fire, which supposedly broke out in history by the numbers at the address 137, whatever street it was, 137, the 33rd prime number of Masonry. Here was some more reporting from the Oakland fire that made me laugh. Alameda County Sheriff Sergeant Paul Graves said he fears the death toll could go much higher. Paul Graves, huh? Paul Graves equals 122. Again, like the 12/2 fire. No doubt Paul Graves a Freemason asshole. I think it's most likely that nobody died in the Oakland fire. If anybody saw the fake news, they had that guy go out there with the long hair and he was like laughing as he was explaining that somebody died. It was just the most pathetic thing to watch. If you haven't seen that interview from the Oakland fire with the guy with the big bright glasses, the long hair, laughing as he tries to deliver his lines about his friend dying, it's just a joke. And of course, in the Oakland fire reporting, they had to say 33 bodies. 33 bodies found. Don't be deceived, truth seeker. Don't get sucked in by the agenda. Don't get fooled by the madness. That's why they do this, to suck people into the lie. That's what it's all about. This fire, staged lie. Oakland fire, staged lie. It's sad to think that the 1991 fire in Oakland was probably also staged for this planned agenda. Remember, these Freemasons, they move at a slow boil's pace. They have their agenda forged out. Just as time passes, their rituals come. And then, unfortunately, some days, massive rituals come that really have permanent consequences, like September 11th. That was something they planned so many years in advance. 1968, 33 years before 2001, 911 made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones, the Masonic Order. Space Odyssey 2001 came out. 33 years later, 9/11, Bush the president. False flag in gematria equals 33. So I'll link all these posts down below, and I'll link the videos. And again, search through my channel. Just search Zachary K. Hubbard, my name, and then search whatever topic. You should find the video you're looking for. Until next time, Truth Seeker.